What's up, you guys? It's Layla Lynn, and I'm back with a Housewives update. I think we're going to talk about Portia Williams winning in her divorce in a separate video, but I wanted to talk about Kenya Moore and Monique Samuels in this video. Kenya Moore has a lot going on, so we're going to get into what she said about Ralph. We're going to get into, she talked about her sources of income in another video, so we're going to talk about a new income source she may be having, and we're going to talk about Monique Samuels returning to the Real Housewives of Potomac after saying that she would never come back. But first, a word from our sponsor. What's up, you guys? So on June 30th, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I am hosting a live workshop, Speak Softly, Win Big. Shout out to those of you who have been registering. I'm so excited to hold this workshop. But for those of you who are not familiar, when we talk about being in your feminine energy and communicating from your feminine energy, for those of you who are not familiar with what that means, like how to use your feminine energy to get more of what you want, especially from a man, it has nothing to do with submission. I know some people might assume if you're talking about feminine energy and things like that, speak softly, that it has to do with submission. I actually don't believe in just the woman submitting. You know, the Bible says mutual submission. I don't believe in women being submissive or subservient to any man. I don't believe in that at all. But what I do believe in is communicating in a way that people can receive you, especially your man. Communicate in a way that he is receptive to it. So we're talking about feminine communication styles, June 30th, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to get more of what you want out of your life or out of your man or what have you, you have to look at the way you communicate with people. So we're talking about communication strategies. So register in the link in my description box and in the comment section. All right, you guys. So this tea comes courtesy of the Jasmine brand. Kenya Moore has called Ralph a corny snitch. If you've been keeping up with Housewives social media lately, you know that Ralph has been trying to expose Drew Sidora, but it hasn't really been going over well. I started to make a video about it, but it's like if you look at the comments whenever he tries to post like her text message conversation and things like that, like nobody cares. Like he's not accomplishing what he thinks he's accomplishing. Like it's just not working. And so the Jasmine brand reposted something that he said, and Kenya responded to it. And so he was explaining because people are really not on his side. So he made this tweet and he was explaining. He said the love and support was real because he posted this tweet of him basically trying to support her, coming up with storylines and things like that for Real Housewives of Atlanta. He said, I wasn't just a husband, I was her partner, investor, music producer, and strategist behind the scenes. I poured in Drew's career before and during Roa, helping shape key moments like the autograph with Latoya and the infamous dog bone with Fatum. Our mission was clear to turn Drew into a household name, build businesses, and create a lasting legacy for our kids. I told Drew several times over the years to show up authentic and make reality TV match our reality. Unfortunately, here we are, but nonetheless, I wish her well. Now, when he talks about reality TV not matching their reality, their very first scene on the show was an argument about him going to Tampa. And she wanted to know where he went because at first she was saying she didn't know he was in Tampa. So he posted a conversation saying that they share locations. Like she knew he was in Tampa because she could see his location. Even though they weren't communicating, she did know he was in Tampa, but she was faking for the show that she didn't know. So anyway, once he posted this, Jasmine Brand reposted it, and Kenya Moore jumped into the comments section. Kenya Moore jumped in the comments, and she called Ralph a corny snitch. And to me, this is her trying to get back on the show, like she's inserting herself into the storyline. She said, "Corny snitch, you lost. Now take your corny receipts and go away." So I actually think she speaks for a lot of people when she says that because, like I said, people are not feeling Ralph. And it seems like, when it comes to the Real Housewives of Atlanta fans, Drew is not necessarily a fan favorite, even though, if you ask me, a lot of the other women, like when it comes to Portia and Shamia specifically, I do think they're jealous of Drew. But in any case, she is not a fan favorite. But Ralph is even worse. So all this exposing he's trying to do with her and Ty Young and Black Smoke and all these different people, it's not going over. And now Kenya Moore is inserting herself into the drama. Now, when Kenya Moore did this video, y'all saw, like, I think she called it Life Twirls On. And when she did that video, she made some comments about the property where she has her hair salon and how there's an argument. Basically, she invested in the property, but she was supposed to get some money back, but she didn't get it back. So she's possibly not paying rent. This is all allegedly. And she was saying she has plenty of streams of income. And so now people are looking because it looks like she's selling her gowns. It looks like she's down bad and she's selling her gowns as a stream of income. So this first gown you see here is from a reunion and you see dresses in the back on a rack. And she put in the caption hashtag Roa reunion gowns, interview looks, red carpet, casual chic. Straight from my closet during this pop-up event next weekend in Atlanta, June 19th through the 22nd. So that would be next weekend. Stay tuned. So it looks like these are dresses that are like memorable. Like you can see her reunion dress. I can see some other dresses in the back that I remember seeing her wear. Even like from her confessionals, I can see dresses that she wore in her confessional. And so it just looks like she's down bad. I don't know what's going on with Kenya. I don't know her finances. I'm not making any allegations, but I'm letting you know people are saying that it looks like she's down bad as far as her salon, the argument she's having with the owner, the landlord, and having to sell her clothes. Y'all leave a comment. Let me know what y'all think.
Even this year, like literally, I said I declined probably a good 7 times. And then something happened. Something changed.
All right, so I also want to talk about Monique Samuels returning to the Real Housewives of Potomac after she said she would never come back. She said she was never ever coming back, no more, no more, no more. She is returning to the Real Housewives of Potomac, and she made a video with her announcement. Shout out to All True Tea for reposting her video.
Gone. Every time I've been asked, I've been like, no. Even this year, like literally, I said I declined probably a good 7 times. And then something happened. Something changed. And I was just like, I'm not the person that I was. And a lot of the reasons that I said no was because of the person that I was, and I'm not her anymore. So, what better way to test my healing? But no, for real, I have been running from
Testing your healing is a bad idea. Bad idea, especially with the anger issues that we know Monique has and how she tends to take her anger for one person out on another. Testing her healing is not a good idea. I don't think this is going to go well.
The platform that gave me a foundation out here in these streets. And when I really thought about it, what was keeping me from returning was a lot of fear. And it was also a lot of PTSD, I was built way different then. I'm built a little better now. And giving everything that I have going on in my life between my business, Millie of Essentials, which has been extremely successful, and then also my book that I've been working on, which for anyone who's been following me consistently, y'all know I've been talking about my book for like at least 2 years now. It's been a work in progress. It's also something that's near and dear to me. And I love that you'll not only be able to see the levels of growth that I've achieved when you read my book, but you'll also be able to see it now on TV as well. So I have been able to move past that, and it's my season. I'm stepping into my season. I feel like everything that I've gone through up until this point has been for this moment, and I'm really excited. And yes. I'm not worried. I'm like, I put my ego in check a long time ago. I put my ego in check during Love and Marriage DC. How about that? But I've grown so much, and I know who I am, and I have nothing to prove.
All right, so y'all let me know what y'all think about Monique Samuels returning to the Real Housewives of Potomac. I'm thinking because she's going to be in a friend role, I'm thinking she's probably going to be Ashley's friend. But I don't think it's a good idea to test your healing. I don't think it's a good idea for her to return if she's trying to accomplish certain things she's trying to accomplish in her life. Like it seems like she's on this journey of peace. And so joining reality TV when you're trying to have a peaceful life, it doesn't make sense to me. But you never know what else she has going on. So y'all leave a comment. Let me know what y'all think. And as always, thanks for watching. Now, if you made it this far to the end of the video, then I think you like my content. So make sure you subscribe and check out my channel. I have over 1,000 videos on my channel. Check out my playlist and my podcast, and I assure you, you will like more of my content.